It's really shiny. It looks even shinier on the camera on the chair.
Driving Jason insane.
I am like not able to relax. All right. Low carb wrap, bacon, lettuce, tomato, turkey, a little bit of turkey on there. Yum, yum. All right, guys, have a good night. We'll see you
tomorrow.
Morning, guys. What time is it? Like 9:30?
9:25, yeah.
9:25. It's 4 degrees out. The cabin's like 80. Jenny, I let her do the fire last night. What's the temperature on the table there of inside?
It's 85 now. When I woke up this morning, it was 58. It was 58.
58 this morning, and Jenny has it up to 85 in the cabin. It's like a freaking sauna in there.
It's also 1 degree outside.
It's 4 degrees, it says.
Oh, excuse me.
Anyway, the whole reason I tried to come out here this morning to show you guys, it's 9:30 now, after all that 5 minutes of shenanigans. 9:30 in the morning, and this panels are already in the sun, so we need a good day to cook them batteries. I think they're cold. They're not doing what they should be doing right now, I don't think. It's charging. We got 100 volts going in there, or 100 watts. Anyway, our batteries need to be cooked for a little bit today. We're supposed to get some warmer temperatures next week. So I'm gonna even open up. Yeah, see, this is what timber does. He likes it 85 degrees too in the cabin. 85 degrees. That lady is crazy. I don't know how I wasn't sweating. There you go. So yep, 9:30 in the morning. Now the clouds are rolling in, so hopefully that doesn't screw us today. I really need that to get a little bit of sun today. Probably not gonna get it, but maybe that'd be a good excuse for me to hook up that AC to DC charger. It shouldn't take too long to do, so maybe I'll have to do that. So anyway, we got some projects. We haven't talked about what we're doing today yet, so let's get back with you in a few minutes.
Gonna sand these babies today, guys. Sand them, and then mineral oil, and then a coat of poly. We decided on poly. Water-based poly. It's the same stuff we used on the Pine Tongue and Groove. We went with poly because oil-based stuff changes the color of the wood. And we didn't want to risk that. We didn't want this to get like yellowy or orange. We like this color, so we didn't want to risk an orange or a yellow. So we went with the water-based poly.
got regular 100 grit, 220 grit, and 400. So, alright guys, I think what I'm going to do first is cut this to fit over here, and then use the extra for that spot and this spot, and maybe a little chunk over there, but it might look goofy. Alright. Not gonna be a very good YouTube host today. We did our live last night and I had one too many drinks. I'm not feeling real hot today. Only hot I feel is Jenny's 85-degree sauna cabin. This is not a cabin, this is a sauna.
I'm just trying to help you sweat some pounds off, dear.
So guys, can I use my 3,000 watt inverter for power tools? Like, I have a full battery bank right now and the sun's shining. And I'm gonna get the generator out. I don't think it's good to have high surge stuff like power tools that draw fast on your inverter. So I don't mind running the generator for a few minutes here. There's just the noise and it hurts the videos. But I'm not really in much of a mood right now anyway. So, all right, we're gonna get this stuff out here and start cutting. Go. I need to recut this too, because I cut that with the chainsaw and it's not going to be perfectly flat. So. All right, let's see if I did this good. Ho 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 ho! Wow, that fits perfect. I don't know how if there's a way I could do it to make it look better, but it fits perfect. You know, it's cut perfect. I don't know if I should. I don't think I want to try to round anything or like take a piece of this bark and put it down here, like cut this down a little lower. I think that would look silly. I don't know, if you got some suggestions, let me know. This there's a little tiny gap here, you know, from this being not completely flat, the big piece of counter. The whole thing's a little, but you don't notice it until you put it in a corner like that. Like Jenny said, there'll probably be a coffee pot here anyway. We'll fill it with some filler. There's my 45-degree angle. I don't like 45s, but I'm gonna try a 45 here just because I'd like the live edge to butt up to each other. So let's cut this piece right here. All right, I'm gonna try to go cut that one without you guys, and then I'll see if I can bring it in. All right, guys, there's our backsplash. It looks ridiculous. Jenny says it looks fine, but it looks ridiculous. This is thin.
I think it looks really nice.
Yeah, but it looks stupid because...
Well, we'll fill it in with something. Maybe Bob will have an idea when you guys are up here, but I like it. I like that wood a lot.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. It looks like a 5-year-old did it, but whatever. Alright guys, I'm not happy with the backsplash, but it's too many pieces and stops and goes. Jenny says she likes it, but I think we need to integrate it like into one solid piece somehow. I don't have good tools and I'm not a finished carpenter. That's where I definitely lack major skills. I guess I'm gonna sand and try to poly this. We're gonna try to do that today and we'll worry about the backsplash later.
How do you like doing wood countertops?
For Micah next time. For Micah.
It's gonna look nice when it's all done. It'll be really, really beautiful, so it'll be worth it.
This whole center is like effed.
Well, we're gonna cut out a good chunk of it, the middle, right?
Yeah, I guess. I didn't really think of that. So 20 to 24 is kind of what we want.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. It'll be good.
Yeah, so I won't even bother sanding this.
Yeah, because we're gonna have to cut it out anyways, right?
Yeah.
I think about it about an hour after he's been saying.
Yeah. One spot I hit like super hard. And this was a big old ridge. That's gonna get cut out too, so.
I still love you even if you waste time.
Get out of here. One more time.
You're so mean. It's gonna be so good. What do you think, Timber? What you watching outside? You want some puppy food? Huh? Even though it's early, you want to eat? Huh? Is that what you're telling your mama? Yeah? You want to eat? Okay, we'll go eat. Timber's pretty spoiled. Timber gets all the rib meat from the chicken when we buy chicken breasts and they get all the rib meat. I don't like it on my chicken breasts, so Jason cleans them all off before he freezes them. And instead of throwing it away, Timber don't care what it tastes like, so. It's looking beautiful, guys. It's getting really, really smooth. Jason did a good job sanding it. It's gonna be beautiful.
What, Turkey? What? You had a good day. You went for a run multiple times. Mom took you for a walk. Oh, is it toy hour? Toy time?
I don't know how he has
Is it
any.
toy time?
I have zero idea he has any energy, guys. So what's next?
We got some mineral spirits. We're gonna wipe down the counter. It's hopefully we'll try to clean up some of that sap, because that sap is pretty heavy in there and sticking to the sandpaper. So we want to try to dry that out and clean that up before we put a layer of poly on it.
We've got the drop cloth down so that way we don't make any messes on the beautiful floor. Odorless mineral spirits.
Doesn't smell odorless to me. Alright guys, I've never used this stuff before, but obviously hugely flammable. So we're going to open a couple little windows here. Just let a little bit of this go right out. Jenny can stoke the fire up and heat it up in here. So let's just put a little bit of this on a cloth and wipe this down. Hope for the best. Just trying to get the sap off of it. Hopefully this doesn't interfere with our water-based stuff. Ooh, that is far from odorless. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. That looks fine. Here we go. Alright, so that's, I don't know how long that's going to take to dry, but...
Well, we can make some burgers, eat some soup,
yeah.
and then see where it's at. What you slaved over all day.
Look at the meal that I've been slaving over all day. Jenny didn't help at all. Here's the burgers that Jenny made. All I did was throw them in the pan, and now I'm going to flip them one more time. Ooh, look at that. That looks good. The soup's been on the wood stove all day cooking. We just put it over here to eat. There we go. There's our crunchy in the soup.
We'll catch up with you guys after we eat.
Yep. All right, guys. The lighting's going to be kind of off here. So I apologize, but it's nighttime, but we gotta get stuff done. The mineral spirits, try not to touch it too much, but I put it on pretty heavy. It's been about an hour, and I think it's dry now. It said 20 minutes. But it doesn't feel sticky anymore is where I was trying to go. So that's good. But we've used these on decks. We've used it, they're like a couple bucks. And instead of like a brush, when you brush it on, they leave a lot of bubbles. These seem to have less bubbles. It's almost like felt. Just feels like felt. Again, guys, we went with the water-based poly. It's not really like food grade or anything. It's just regular water-based poly. Because we did the walls in it, we liked the look. And we were worried that oil-based stuff would yellow it or turn it orange. A lot of oil-based stuff does that. So I'm just rubbing a little bit of this in there. Like I said, we're going to put more than one coat too, but...
Do at least 2.
At least 2.
Maybe more.
There we go.
Gonna let this sit for an hour or so, right?
A couple hours probably, and then put another coat on it. I'll finish to dry 2 hours and then recoat. So
that's perfect.
That's perfect. So
I gotta work for a couple hours tonight, so he can sit and relax.
Yeah.
And then he can do another coat. First coat done.
These little holes here, guys, have a bunch of poly in them. So I'm going to keep filling those. And they'll dry up and clear up and look clear. Hey, good morning, guys. We just got done eating breakfast while I was cooking some bacon on the propane stove. I took the 400 grit sandpaper. We did 2 coats on this last night. I did not sand between the first and second coat. I just let it dry for a few hours. I have done a little bit of polying in my days. I redid the hardwood floors in a house downstate that we lived in for the last 10 to 15 years. And I never sanded between coats, and it's 15 years and that floor looks fine still. I never sanded between coats, but today, after the second coat, I had that 400 grit paper. I thought I'd try it. It did feel a little rough, so I just barely touched it and ran my sandpaper on it by hand, and it smoothed it out. It feels really nice now. So we're gonna put a third, fourth, maybe. I mean, it's already very glossy and shiny. It's like this is a semi-gloss water-based poly, so it's already glossy, so I don't think it could get much more glossy putting another layer or 2 on, so it's just going to protect it. What I'm trying to do is get the poly to actually just fill in all these wormholes and these imperfections and these cracks. And it's working. It's just taking a little while. Now that it's hardened up overnight, this coat should really help. So I'm going to throw one more quick coat on here. After sanding it lightly, it says to use like a static cloth or always lint free, obviously, but we just had these handkerchiefs around, and I kind of rubbed it off. There wasn't a whole lot of sand or a whole lot of dust on there because like I said, barely touched it. So yeah, let's put another coat on. We bought this at the orange store. This is Varathane Ultimate Polyurethane. It doesn't say anything about it being food-based, but again, we're going to have a couple cutting boards on this anyway, and we're going to just have food on that. So I'm not going to be cutting into the poly and getting it in our food and stuff. So far, so good. I like the way it looks. Beautiful morning, guys. We're going to get a coat of this on and then go do a hike around the property. Show you guys some stuff. The sun's actually coming out, so that's cool. If you guys have never used these brushes, or these little pads, I would highly recommend them. I've never had a problem. When I used a brush before, it always left a lot of bubbles in the poly. This seems to not do that, so we use these even when we finish the deck. Like you put stain or protectant on the deck downstate. So, and they work really good. It doesn't drip as much. I mean, I don't know. Just sharing my experience. Obviously, guys, the first coat, you use way more poly because it has to soak into the wood a little bit. But now that we have two coats on here, this is going to go a long ways. So there we go. There's a light coat over the whole thing. And I'm going to take, like I said, the edge. This is kind of working. Like I said, it does drain down in the hole a little bit, but the more coats I put on it, the thicker it's going to get and fill up the wormholes. I did it on the front live edge too, and that seemed to have worked well. Not a woodworker, guys. Not perfect. I was going to try to epoxy all these little wormholes, but if I can get away with doing this so food doesn't get stuck in there, then I'm gonna do this. This does leave a lot of white look. I'll try to show it to you before it dries. Like I said, you can see the white. It looks whitish. It looks white in the wormholes because it's thick. But we're gonna go for a hike. And in a couple hours when we get back, it'll all be ready for one more coat. Look at our hot mess of a cabin. All the kitchen stuff is piled over there on the chair.
Driving Jason insane.
I am like not able to relax when the cabin looks like this.
Well, there's nothing we can do about it because
half our cabin is
the kitchen.
Yeah.
Coffee.
It's not really actually that bad.
It literally will take
just a pile of kitchen stuff over there. Kitchen stuff on the coffee table, kitchen stuff on the dining table. And then I got all the tools to do everything here in a pile, so it just looks like crap. Alright guys, it's been a couple hours since we put that third coat on. It feels smooth as butter. So then no bubbles or nothing after that third coat. So we're not sanding anymore. We sanded between the second and third coat, and now it's smooth as butter. So we're going to put a fourth one on there and call it a project. It's really shiny. It looks even shinier on the camera. A lot shinier than I expected. And we should have done a matte rather than semi-gloss, but it's better for that to be shiny and thick and stuff because it'll clean up better. So.
Grand reveal of the counters. We did 4 coats of poly on them and they look super beautiful, guys. So hooray, hooray. Next step is going to be to get a sink and cut out the hole for the sink, mount these bad boys down, and get a backsplash up. So got a lot more to do in the kitchen, but what do you guys think so far? You guys like it? Thumbs up? Thumbs down? What do you think? Thank you again for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Thank you for all the likes and the comments and just all the support. We're just incredibly blessed and just truly appreciate it. So just really want you guys to know that we appreciate your likes and your comments and your views and everything. It just support's huge. It means a lot to us. Helps us fund the cabin a little bit better by doing this all on YouTube. So just thank you, everybody.